The BioFlyer and the Armageddon Resume, these two things are really kind of similar because they really rely on story. But the BioFlyer was developed. A person came to me who had a lot going on in his career. Fortunately, this is a success story, not a horror story. He had so much going on in his career. He was a Navy fighter pilot. He was not just any old Navy fighter pilot. He was a top gun. He's at the head of everything. Succeeded in everything he ever did. While he's on when he had time off in the Navy, he was for 15 years, he studied finance on his own and became expert in options. This is pretty good. You can master this on your own. That's what he was doing in the Navy. He got out of the Navy, and next thing you know, he's into options trading. And he's on really Bloomberg as a commentator. And he gets on CNBC. And now he's got a book. And he's a management consultant. And he's got all this going on at once. I said, wow. That's my question. Why do you need a resume? You were already on TV. Why do you need a resume? And he said, well, people often ask me, send me something about yourself. I said, all right. I said, what do you send them? And I went to took a look at what he called his resume. And I mean, this is like it was dense. It was incoherent. I mean, all this stuff going on, and these overlapping timelines. So even with all that going for him, he needed something like a resume, but not really a resume. I said, well, you need something on one page. This is going to be like 4 or 5 seconds. Someone can just scan this and eyeball it and have an idea that you're involved in all these things, that they're somehow logically connected. And the way to do that is with his personal story, which he did. And this is kind of an early version of it. I'm not sure about the graphics here, but you see that at the top. That's an actual video. It's been playing. It's a clip of him. That's not him. I've changed a lot of things around. But he has his book on there. It's his management, the whole business. So you got an idea to it. The point here, we're back to the story. I said, all right, look, how do you integrate? I need something that's interesting and it kind of integrates the excitement of being on the aircraft carrier and flying the jets. Plus, now you're into the management consulting. This is kind of, any way we can relate these? And it was. Because he's not telling me, well, there was nothing he loved better, being on in the F-A-18, kind of ready to spool up the engines, push down the throttle, takes off. I think he goes to 200 miles an hour in 2 seconds, like a rocket. And he said, that was really a thrill. I said, all right. So maybe he's saying, I get into a company. The company is underperforming and not doing so well. And I come in there, and I get into that company and I push down on the throttle. And I energize the people and I, get the management team all excited. And then the company takes off and they blow away the competition. This is real guy speak for ladies. But this is his voice, And it was good. I thought it was good. It got a little story going with all these elements. And this really helped him kind of present himself to the world, in an interesting